Well, hi everyone, welcome to tonight's episode of My Garage Rules, and boy, what a ripper episode it is. It's our last episode for season 6, so we've flown all the way from Adelaide to Newcastle, well not actually Newcastle, we just said, anyway, long story, we're here in Newcastle to come and have a lost in the 50s. This is the ultimate garage, so let's go check it out now. I think I'll put this. Oh my God, oh look at this place. I'm going to absolutely lose myself in here. This is incredible. Oh, he's got a big boy. Oh, I wonder if I could fit him in the plane. Oh, wow. This is going to be crazy. Unbelievable. Glenn, where are you, mate? Where are you? This is fantastic. So, Glenn, we're in the DeLorean, mate. So, what are we doing in here?
Well, where else are we going to go? Let's go back to the future.
Oh, no way. Can the
1950s.
Yes.
Lost in the 50s Museum.
Let's do it.
Hold on.
Whoa! Well, hi everyone. Hey, welcome back. Hey, look, we've just come up here to Newcastle, and we're here at this magnificent, now can I say, it's like a shed, but it's not a shed. It's the biggest shed I've ever seen, or garage, but we've got the Batmobile here, Glenn. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, first of all, thanks for coming up. It's great to have you guys here, and look, the Batmobile's an interesting car. It's technically correct from the 1966 Batman series, and it's on a Lincoln chassis, and it runs a Chevy 350, and it's a driver.
It drives?
It drives. And it comes with a Batman suit.
Oh, really?
I'm a tad portly, and I don't know if you get into it.
No, I don't.
Leave that alone.
You don't want to see me in leotards.
You can get out there and you can go and fight crime and do whatever you need to do in the Batmobile. But every bell and whistle that you've seen in the TV show, including the flamethrower, you need to do that later.
There's flamethrower that comes through?
Yeah, it works.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it runs on LPG. You hit a button on the dash and there you go. You've got a nice little barbecue. Just don't walk behind it.
Yeah.
But it's a 5-year build out of Atlanta, Georgia. All hand built by a young fella over there. We got hold of it just prior to him finishing it. So it was nice to see it come through to the end, loaded it up and brought it back to Australia. And it's still to this day, it always will be probably the mainstay of the museum in terms of head-turning attraction. Everybody loves the Batmobile.
Oh, absolutely, especially this. I mean, it's my era when growing up as well. But the actual parts on it, so like, are they still available? They had to make everything from scratch?
Most of the stuff in it's licensed by George Barris, who sadly passed away. So if you wanted to build a Batmobile just like this one today, you'd be looking at the best part of a couple of $100,000 with a donor car because of the licensed product. It's quite expensive. But there are a few of them around. There's a couple of real nice examples here in Australia. They're just a fun car. The kids come in and automatically relate to it.
Straight away,
Generationally, you'd think over time they might forget about it, but no, it doesn't happen on this car. It's signed by Adam West, and Burt Ward, and Lee Mayweather, Catwoman. So it's got the original signatures on the car, which adds to the the fun of it. But we've done a couple of car shows where we've had Batman and Robin in the car, and people just stand and stare because it has that effect on you.
I think the great thing about it is it actually drives as well. So it's not like a static display. You can actually drive the thing out on the road, which is fantastic. Well, but that's great.
Very true, and that's something we've tried hard for here at Lost in the 50s. All of our cars, you can turn the key and drive out the door.
So how long have you had the car for?
About 8 years now.
So did George Barris ever see it?
George did see it. We took it to Motorex in Sydney as part of the movie show.
Oh, wow.
And George seen it, and we had some photos with him. And sadly, it was only a matter of months after that show that George passed. So we got to spend a whole day with him, and it was just wonderful. And we had some great conversations. And he was obviously the genius of the day, building something like this in a matter of days for a TV show. So it was wonderful to have that time with him.
Well, look, this is not the only amazing car in here. People are just going to have their minds blown very shortly. We've got to look at the rest of the stuff, so let's go do that now.
Let's do that.
Cool. So what do we got over here?
Well, this is a bit of a fun corner, and this is the 1958 Herter's Bat Boat, which is the real name, the Duo Dino Fish. They had wonderful names, didn't they? They really did. They didn't muck around. They didn't call it a Commodore, or they came up with these beautiful names, and it's sort of significant because it's just a magnificent piece of Art Deco on water.
It is, isn't it? And look, we've got more things down. Is that a jet ski?
That is one of the very first wave runners. I look at that thing sometimes and I cringe because it's death on water.
It's got all those sharp edges, isn't it?
You'd never get it past today. That's an early 60s, one of the very first ones to hit the water.
I'm not going to be able to fit in that caravan.
You're not, and I'm glad you noticed that. That's 1954, the Shasta travel trailer, and you will notice that the doorway is quite narrow, and that was because in the 50s the American race was a much thinner race. McDonald's hadn't even hit the market at that stage.
And we've got the magnificent golf buggy just next to us here.
We do.
That's an incredible looking thing, isn't it?
We do. It's designed on a little hot rod, a little Ford hot rod, and it's a fun thing. And you can zoom around the golf course and annoy all the old guys who don't like anything like that. But it's a real fun little piece.
Now we're just over there. We've got that magnificent surfboard as well.
We do, and that's sitting in front of the 51 Chevy Woody, which is the tin Woody. So it's a painted tin exterior, but the inside, all the door panels and interior is all done in timber. And that's a Honolulu Surf Shop original mal, very big mal, and very rare. The Honolulu Surf Shop's been gone a long, long time. So
I don't know if we can even fit that in a camera shot.
No, I don't think so. That's one of those ones that you've got no chance. And yeah, that little area, that little corner there is just done as like a bit of a summer type fun corner.
All right, let's move on.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, the Mercury Turnpike Cruiser in gold and gold and white.
Love it.
22 foot. That's why she sits down the back. She doesn't fit anywhere else. This is the big girl, the Mother Teresa of the car fleet.
So, bikes.
Schwinn.
Oh my God. That's
all American.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to be said. The Schwinn bicycles, the dragsters. We all had Schwinn bikes here in Australia, but Melbourne Star was big in Australia, Cyclops was big, but in America, only the Schwinn.
We've got the DeLorean here, which is one of my favourites. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, we do. We have the full Back to the Future. This is one of the 11 cars built by the DeLorean company. It's technically correct. It's beautifully built. You look at the detail on this car, it's mind-boggling.
I'm starting to notice a bit of a pattern here. Technically correct. The Batmobile is. This is as well.
I think you need to. I think you need to be true to what they were in the show. So if you were to walk up and stand alongside this, you would have memories of what you've seen in the show. The flux capacitor, all the fun things. They're Mr. Fusions on the back.
You've got everything.
Yeah, we've got Doc, the hoverboard, the almanacs there. It's all fun.
Yeah.
But again, it's all part and parcel of giving people an experience of what these cars would have looked like in the movie, rather than something that's a half-cake thing that doesn't really represent the movie.
And the good thing about that is, if you can't make it over to the US to go to the Universal Studios or whatever and see all this stuff, you've got it here, which is fantastic.
And we turn the lights off during our open days, and we have a light show, and the thing lights up.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Please, but it's not that intimate just yet. But yeah, it's a great light show, and we light the Batmobile up, and then we have a question and answer thing. So it's all about an experience of a time that's gone. As you know, the trilogy, the Back to the Future trilogy, is one of the greatest sellers.
Absolutely.
So it, like the Batmobile, is iconic in American terms. So it fits in beautifully, even though it's not a 50s car.
It's not.
It fits into the folklore of the American car culture,
the pop culture thing.
Oh,
while we're in here, I mean, there's obviously, this is just one section of this magnificent garage we got. But just tell us a little bit about the cars in here and the pastel. The colours are amazing.
Well, yeah, this is what we call our little hot rod room. This is all the modified cars, the movie cars, all the fun stuff. And one of the things you'll notice about all of the displays here at the museum is there is this constant feature of colour, chrome and bling. And it all comes back to the fact that this era, the 50s and 60s in America, they were coming into a very happy and vibrant time, coming out of the war, out of the Depression.
Absolutely.
Money was available, everyone had jobs, and it was a fun time. So the mindset of those days for the designers was, let's go happy, let's go colour. And they really did compete on a yearly basis. The models changed every year.
I mean, try and get that sort of colour now. You can't, can you?
Silver, black and white.
Yeah,
what's your choice? So yeah, as you walk around, you will notice one of the key things about the museum is just colour.
Colour.
And it makes you happy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that throws you back to happy days.
Yeah.
And that's what we're all about.
We all love to be happy.
Oh, wouldn't we? Yeah, indeed.
All right, so we've got to move on to the next section because this is just massive, this place. So how about we move into the next area?
Let's go next door and have a look at what they looked like, unmodified, had we walked into one of the major dealers in America during the 50s.
Oh, I can't wait.
You're going to see cars as they would have been on the showroom floor.
Let's do it. All right, let's go.
For sure.